to the latest episode of Chaotic Risk TV News Update. This is episode number 8. Can you believe it? We've done 8 of these news updates already. Well, let me tell you, in this latest episode, I want to make sure to tell you all to go to our official site, which you can find at www.chaoticriskmagazine.com. Really flashy looking site that was put together by Chaotic Risk TV owner Lethal X, who does all of our video editing, and he works on the official site and puts everything up for you guys to view on our YouTube page. That's another place you'll want to go to, because while the official site is a great starting point, it shows you all the latest stuff that we've posted. It just gives you kind of a small overview of what's going on currently at the site. I also urge you all to go to our official YouTube page, which you can go to YouTube and type in Chaotic Risk, and our official YouTube page will come up. Now, what you'll want to do when you go there, first of all, is just take a look at it's our archive of everything that we have posted to date, and it's quite impressive. It's something I'm quite proud of, because we've got currently 950 different shows that we posted to date. So anything that you want to see that we've ever done, that's the place to go, and be sure you subscribe, because I tell you that's the place to go. Where you can find a truckload of stuff that we've posted. It's everything we've ever posted to date, and believe me, you never have any shortage of material to check out, and that's something that we've really worked hard on. We're really super proud of. Now, of course, the big news this week is going to be that Thursday, August 1st, is going to mark the 1-year anniversary since Tom Collier became the new co-host on the This Is Metal show. And I want to talk about that for a while, because it's something we're very proud of. The This Is Metal show, it's really something different than what it started out at. Originally, it started out with a different co-host, Joe Lawson, and it was originally kind of what I'd like to describe as a radio podcast, where an audio type of show where people would listen to, where me and Joe would talk about different metal artists, and because it was a podcast type of show that people would listen to, every week we'd kind of talk about up and coming artists. We talked about some of our favorite established acts. One of my favorite episodes that Joe and I ever did was on the band Motley Crue. Now, Joe's kind of personality really came alive. So go on the YouTube page and search that out. And I bring this up only because we're very proud of what the This Is Metal show has become, because initially it was like a radio podcast, and it is now a video show where you can see us, you can see the guests, and it makes it really a fun show. In fact, that's what Joe Locke and I always wanted to do, and he got to do 8 episodes like that before he announced that he was no longer able to do a show. Like I said, that was almost a year ago, August 1st, was Tom's first show as a new co-host. And we've had a lot of fun with Tom. Me and him gel really great. We have a great chemistry. I think that comes across in the shows we do. And I got to say that it's just, to me and Tom, we always are commenting on how the shows just keep getting better and better, not just because of the guests and the quality of the guests, but just our chemistry together is there. Tom is a super nice guy, and I've told the story often that I did not know Tom was, at the time I'd asked him to become a new host, that he'd just been appointed as the president of Fire Rock Music Group. That's something that I found out after the fact. And because of that, we've also, on the This Is Metal show from time to time, we've highlighted some of the Fire Rock artists on that label, because Fire Rock Music Group has been kind enough to sponsor our show. And so it's been a great partnership, and I really want to celebrate the 1-year anniversary. And Tom and I are working currently on putting together a special anniversary show. We're going to save the details for later, because that'll be coming up in the next coming weeks. Now, the latest episode that posted was with the band Blacklight District, and we talked to Kyle Pfeiffer, the band's founding member and lead singer. And what really impressed me and Tom about Blacklight District's music, I urge you guys to check out Blacklight District. Go on YouTube and check out their music. check out the band's Facebook page. What really impressed us about the band was no two songs sound just alike. I mean, each individual song really kind of stands out, and I like it all. And so does Tom. And Tom, in the interview, he talked to Kyle about that, being so impressed by his songwriting, the fact that each song sounds so different, and it's so hard to pigeonhole this band. Well, definitely they are a metal band. There's no mistake in that. So that just went up last week. Now what we have coming up this week on Tuesday, July 30th, we're going to post our interview with Audrey Queen, who is the lead singer of Bullet to the Heart. Now, Bullet to the Heart, I've interviewed Audrey a few times. Super talented metal vocalist, super talented as a songwriter, and they always Bullet to the Heart always puts together great music videos. I mean, it's something like you would have seen on Headbangers Ball back in the day, and it was real fun talking to Audrey about the band's latest single. I'll wait for you to watch the episode because the video they currently have out for their latest single, there's a scene where she kind of, well, not kind of, but there's a scene where she's in a bathtub pretty much naked, and we talked to her about that, and a whole lot more. So be on the lookout for that. Now, coming up later this week, on Wednesday, July 31st, Tom and I are welcoming back the Atomic Kings to the This Is Metal show. And it will be the band's third appearance on the show. And they always give a great interview. They're super tight band. And I'm glad that the Atomic Kings found a new home at Fire Rock Music Group, because I'll tell you, they put out a killer debut album, but the previous label really didn't know what to do with the album. They really kind of got lost in the shuffle, and never really, until they were signed to Fire Rock Music Group, they never officially had a physical version of the album. It's been doing really great since it came out physically. There's physical CDs. They're getting ready to release it on vinyl. We're going to talk about all that and so much more. So be on the lookout for that as well. I mean, there's just so much going on at Chaotic Risk TV. It never gets boring. And I want to tell you guys another great thing. Just this weekend, we posted our latest episode of Borras' Time Machine. Yes, and I'm talking, folks. I can't believe it's episode 65. Can you believe 65 episodes? And that's another show that I really am proud about. Our viewers seem to really love Borras' Time Machine just as much as the This Is Metal show. And what's cool about the Time Machine is it's pop culture. So when you tune in, you don't really know we're going to be talking about a classic movie, a classic TV show, one of our favorite bands. And that's what makes the show so much fun. And we really get into what we're talking about. And you listen to the current episode, you can tell how much me and Gar just love the Rain Man. That's what we talk about in episode 65. The classic 1988 film, The Rain Man, starring, of course, Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. And anybody that's ever watched The Rain Man knows that Tom Cruise kind of plays a role of an asshole, excuse my French. But his character really develops and grows throughout the movie. So by the end of the movie, he's not such a jerk, and you kind of actually grow to love the character because he actually grows throughout the movie. And throughout the movie was just great, jokes, and it's a great comedy, and it's a drama. It's a little bit of everything. That's one of the things I really love when you see a movie and they're able to mix comedy with drama, and it was of course based on somebody's true life, and so that makes it that much more interesting. And doing the research, as we always like to talk about, we found out that that after the film wrapped up, Dustin Hoffman actually purchased the Cadillac that they used throughout the movie, and he actually kept it for like about 34 years. I think he just sold it. I was reading in 2022, just 2 years ago. So interesting tidbit we learned about that. And now I want to get a little serious for a minute because also just about a week and a half ago, the news broke that the great white singer Jack Russell was announcing that he was going to have to retire. And of course, Jack Russell for years has suffered with health issues, but he's been able to continue to perform up until now. Jack recently announced that he was suffering from, or that he had recently been diagnosed, I should say, with dementia. And so for all kinds of reasons, I imagine that led him to his decision to announce his retirement, because I imagine when you suffer from dementia, especially if you're a singer, not able to probably remember the words to the songs, and all kinds of other health issues come up. And so we're definitely sorry to hear about Jack's retirement, but I think it was cool that he'd let the fans really know what's going on. That had to be something that he kind of wrestled with, whether or not to let people know what was going on or not. And then I'll tell you, another stand-up guy, Terry Lewis, who's actually the guy that originally replaced Jack Russell in Great White. Over the last couple of years, Jack and Terry become really great friends, and Terry put out a statement to the press, kind of tipping his hat to Jack and saying, Jack, I'm sorry to hear you're going through this, but I think it's a real stand-up thing to let your fans know what's going on, and you're going out on top. So I think, again, it's just super cool that Terry Lewis would do that, and I give Terry Lewis a lot more credit and class than the Jack's other former Great White members, because ever since Jack left, was fired or left Great White, Mark Kindle and the other Great White guys, they really trashed Jack a lot in the press, and Jack never really said a bad word about those guys. Of course, we know the Jack Russell has not been a Great White for years. He's had his own version that they call Jack Russell's Great White. But I got to get a little personal here. I never actually had the pleasure of meeting Jack Russell, but I can tell you guys, I had the pleasure of interviewing him over the phone. I believe it was 2 or 3 times. And every time Jack was a super nice guy, super friendly, down to earth. And I remember him telling me over the phone, even though we never met, that, man, he goes, anytime you want to interview me, man, you got the number, feel free to give me a call. Where I remember when I reached out to the other version of Great White, when the breakup originally happened, I wanted to give both sides, opportunity to tell their side. And the original Great White, I guess as they're referred to, the publicist got back to me and just said, well, how many views does your website get? And because these guys only do interviews for sites that get, a huge number. And okay, that's fine. We gave them the opportunity. They turned it down. That's when I reached out to Jack Russell for the first time. He goes, yeah, man, sure. I'm up for an interview. And like I said, super nice guy. You can go on that YouTube page I was telling you guys at the beginning of the segment and find those Jack Russell videos that I'm talking about, or their audio interviews that were conducted over the phone. But you'll hear what a super cool guy Jack Russell was. To me, when I got the opportunity to interview him the few times I did. And that's my takeaway from Jack Russell. Even though I never met the man, you can tell a lot about a person's character just talking to somebody over the phone. And that came through in those interviews. And I'm really sad to hear about what Jack is going through. And also, while I'm on the subject of Jack Russell, I've also had the opportunity and pleasure of speaking with Jack's right-hand man and his guitar player, Robbie Lochner, a number of times too over the years. And Robbie too, like Jack, was super cool to me, super nice and friendly. And so you could see why those two guys would work together. And it's also the rest of the band has recently kind of put out a statement saying that while Jack is not performing with the band anymore, they're currently out there performing. I think they're calling it Jack Russell and Jack Russell's Friends or something like that. And I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I imagine they're doing this as a way to honor Jack and maybe honor some of the band's prior commitments before this announcement was made, before they knew what Jack was dealing with, and obviously he's not able to get out there and perform. So I don't know how long the band will continue to be out there performing, but I think it's a great way to honor Jack, and a cool way for the fans to get an opportunity. Maybe even one last time, if Jack Russell's not able to get out there perform with his band anymore, at least the band's going out in style. They're kind of in honor of Jack Russell. I guess they're playing his music, and that's pretty cool. And I'm feeling a little teary-eyed here, but one more thing I got to tell you guys about before we go. I also just last week did an interview with Fire Rock music A&R guy Michael Wilkerson to talk about his new Fire Rock TV show that premiered about 3 weeks ago. So that will also be going up this week, and we'll talk more about the interview I did with Michael Wilkerson once it's premiered on our channel. So be on the lookout for that in the coming days, and I will let you guys know when it will be premiering. Take care for now, and bye, and never, never stop rocking. Talk to y'all later. Bye for now.